This is the first workshop that CEPOL is doing together with the global European project. This workshop is about recommendation 8 from the FATF. Why the cooperation between the law enforcement and the civil society organizations is important is because there has to be a dialogue between both institutions.
Recommendation 8 deals with the terrorist financing risk to the NPO sector and has proved to be a particularly challenging recommendation for many countries to meet, with a particularly low level of compliance globally.
This week's event is attended by up to 75 participants. Again, with joint composition representing law enforcement agencies, to some extent regulators, but mostly also civil society. And they are coming from all countries from this region, and also countries we have invited, as I mentioned, Argentina, Turkiye and Republic of Moldova.
With this workshop we made a big step forward. It's the first activity that we organized in this sense, where both people are sitting in the same room, they have a dialogue, they are meeting each other, they are exchanging their business cards. And in this sense, it's a very important step forward.
Absolutely. I think, it's important that we have more workshops like this, and I think the EU AML CFT facility, I think, has intuitively understood that they need that this is a complex problem and it involves multiple stakeholders, and that they need to bring multiple stakeholders together, which they do very effectively and at scale. And the fact that they've understood that, for recommendation 8, for example, that you need to have NPOs in the room when you're discussing, the sector itself, the non-profit sector itself. And I think what they do very well also is that they engage in sort of cross-country collaboration as well. So, they bring best practice from, say, country A to country B, and that, I think, is also very useful for jurisdictions, because if something has been done well in one country, you don't need to reinvent the wheel in another country often, though contexts are different and capacities are different and cultures are different, and the culture of the non-profit sector itself is different. But I think there are learnings to be had, and I think the facility does that very well.